I shouldn't even say why. Now at 5:30, a fire in Scott County near the Fayette County line has heavily damaged a home and blocked a major Lexington road. We'll have much more in a live report.
Also on WKYT this morning, a police officer in Cincinnati is set to be arraigned today in court after being charged with murder in the death of a man during a traffic stop.
And a new discovery may help solve the mystery of a missing Malaysian Airlines flight.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Nice to have you along with us here on Thursday. It's July 30th. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It's turning into a pretty nice day. Going to have, a lot better weather on the way, which is good news.
Sunshine, temperatures coming down a little, but the humidity, that's the big story. Those levels dropping. Let's check in with Micah in our First Alert Weather Center.
Way down. That's what you're going to be feeling the rest of not just your afternoon, but Friday and up towards your weekend. It'll feel quite nice. Rain chances are virtually gone. And when I say virtually gone, I just can't rule out a stray shower like you're seeing far eastern and southeastern Kentucky. That will not affect your plans. I repeat, that will not affect your plans as we go off toward the weekend. Temperatures sitting there in the 70s. Not the best feel this morning, but afternoon it actually feels better, even though it's going to be warmer, 84 degrees, mostly sunny skies, and we stay dry. Mainly dry through your weekend. What about next week? Well, I have that coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you that shortly. Thank you.
New this morning, a Scott County home near the Fayette County line is heavily damaged after a fire.
The fire started around 2:30 or so this morning out on Leestown Road. Police, though, still have the road shut down. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is live at the scene now with more.
Michelle, exactly how long do authorities expect the road to be closed down?
Yeah, this road is expected to be closed for at least another hour. I'm on Leestown Road. Just to give you an idea as to where I am, I can see the Scott County line. We came from Lexington. I can see that line. And then it goes all the way down to Payne's Depot. It's about a mile down here on Leestown Road. And all this is closed due to a house fire that took place at about 2:30 this morning. Now, this fire, they don't know what the cause is. No one currently lives in the home, so there are no injuries to report. The owner moved out about 2 weeks ago, but the power remained on in the home. Now, the cause of the fire, like I said, is unknown, but KSP arson investigators, along with the Scott County Fire Department, are on the scene. You will definitely want to find an alternate route if you drive through this part of Leestown Road for work. I don't know if you can see this, but there are tons of semi-trucks lined up here on Leestown Road. They can't turn around. There's nothing for them to do at this point but sit and wait. And like I told you, authorities are telling me that it'll at least be another hour wait for these people. So if you take this section of Leestown Road near the Scott County Fayette County line, my advice is to find an alternate route this morning. Live in Scott County, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Good to know. Thanks so much, Michelle. Well, what was supposed to be a quick fill-up at a Scott County gas station turned into a frightening ordeal for one family. Police say a man stole their car with an 8-month-old baby in the back seat. Police began searching for the car moments after the theft at the gas station in Georgetown. They soon spotted it on Interstate 75 in Madison County. They chased it until the car crashed on 4 Mile Road near Richmond. That's where the baby was found safe. Good news there, nearly 50 miles from the gas station. Witnesses say they could not believe what they were seeing.
I heard him say there's a baby inside, and the guy sped out. Everybody was running around hysterical.
Police say the driver shot and killed himself as the officers tried to negotiate with him. They've not released that man's name yet. We're told the baby is doing just fine. Well, we are tracking the investigation this morning to a deadly crash on a Lincoln County road. The crash happened around 9 last night on US 127 near Jeffries Lane north of Houstonville. State police say one person was killed in the crash. Three vehicles were involved. They're still trying to figure out how this crash happened. Keep checking for updates on WKYT.com.
And, of course, we'll keep you updated here. It is 5:33 on WKYT this morning in Cincinnati. Right now, we are learning more about a traffic stop that turned deadly on the University of Cincinnati campus. A police officer is now charged with murder and is set to be arraigned later today on the charge. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our latest developments. Mark, what do we know thanks to some newly released body camera video that we now have?
Good morning, Bill. After University of Cincinnati officer Ray Tenzing shot Samuel Dubose 10 days ago, he said it was because he was dragged by Dubose's car. Well, we can now see that never happened. Instead, it shows the officer shooting the unarmed 43-year-old in the head after he started his car. Take a look at the officer's body camera video. These are the moments right here leading up to the shooting. You can see the officer stopping Dubose for a missing front license plate and asking for his driver's license. Dubose says he doesn't have it on him and he didn't do anything wrong. We have decided not to show the shooting itself, though, because the graphic video is very hard to watch. However, it is on our website if you want to see the entire clip. Officer Tensing will be arraigned today on murder and voluntary manslaughter charges. 43-year-old Dubose was a father of 10 and a grandfather of 4. His family is still reeling from his death.
My beef isn't with the police chief of Cincinnati. It's with Officer Ray Tensing for murdering my stepfather, for hunting him down, cornering him, and murdering him in the manner that he did, and then attempting to justify his murder with lies.
No justice, no peace.
Now, as people have been rallying for Dubose, his family is calling for peace. They say the 43-year-old lived peacefully, and it would hurt his memory if people don't honor his death peacefully. The prosecutor on the case says Officer Tensing could face 15 years to life in prison if he is convicted of murder. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. A Lexington murder suspect has a new charge this morning in connection with an unrelated case. 22-year-old Caitlin Conway is now charged with burglary in addition to murder and robbery. She is accused in the killing of Darnell Bates last year on Addy Street. And according to court documents, she broke into a home on Lakeshore Drive where several items were stolen. She is set to be arraigned on that charge later today.
Well, new this morning, police in Ballard County are looking for a missing 8-year-old girl. This is Skylee Poole. She was last seen around 5 o'clock yesterday on County Farm Road in Ballard County. Police say she has developmental delays and does not talk. She was last seen wearing jean shorts and a black and white flower printed shirt. You're urged to contact state police if you see this little girl.
New this morning, Richmond police have arrested a man who they say took $1,100 from a woman by forging her checks. Police say checks disappeared from the victim's home around the same time that Bobby Sandlin had been doing some work there. Police say 24 of the victim's checks had been stolen, forged, and cashed. She found out after the bank told her that her account had been overdrawn. Police charged Sandlin with criminal possession of a forged instrument.
We're learning more this morning about a deadly shooting in Elizabethtown. Police there say a robbery involving drugs and money led to the shooting. After an investigation, they say Richard Cromwell broke in and tried to rob a man when both men began shooting at one another. Cromwell died at the scene. The other man is in the hospital. Police say they think other people may have been involved in the shooting as well. Well, debris found on a French island in the western Indian Ocean Wednesday could be part of the missing Malaysian Airlines flight that disappeared without a trace more than a year ago.
Wendy Gillette has a report on that now.
An investigation is underway on Reunion Island this morning, where the 6-foot-long piece of an aircraft wing was found yesterday. Sources tell CBS News the debris appears to be from a Boeing 777, the same model as the missing Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. Experts have identified it as a critical piece of the airplane's wing, known as the flaperon, which could be marked with valuable serial numbers.
There will be markings on that that'll tell Boeing, yes, it's from a 777, and yes, it's from MH370.
The discovery marks the first possible breakthrough in the search for the missing flight. The plane was flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing in March 2014 when it vanished with 239 people on board. Since the 777 was first introduced in 1994, the plane is the only one that has ever disappeared over the sea, as well as south of the equator.
This begins a search that in fact tells us that somewhere near this, potentially, we should find other bits and pieces of the aircraft.
Search teams have focused their efforts on a large area in the southern Indian Ocean off the coast of Australia, more than 2,000 miles from Reunion Island. No trace of the plane has ever been found. Wendy Gillette for CBS News.
And family members of the missing Malaysia Airlines plane released a statement this morning saying that they are following the developments and, quote, no matter where the debris is, we care more about where our families are. Back here in Kentucky, investigators have released more information about a massive fire at General Electric's Appliance Park in Louisville earlier this year. Firefighters say outdated sprinklers and broken hydrants caused major issues as they tried to contain the fire back in April. Investigators say the fire caused more than $50 million in damage to Building 6 at the park. Firefighters say the damage may not have been as bad if all of the hydrants had been working properly.
The one next to the building where the initial attack was made, the stem was broken and they couldn't uncap it to be able to use it. The domestic hydrant behind the building had been marked out of service and carried an out of service tag.
Firefighters said they had warned GE many times over the last decade that sprinklers and hydrants needed to be upgraded. GE officials blame another company for the sprinkler issue. Firefighters think a lightning strike or something electrical is what caused the fire.
A new federal study shows that ATV crashes are on the rise in the Commonwealth. That new study ranks Kentucky 4th in the country for ATV-related deaths and injuries. Just last month, a Jeffersonville grandmother died when she and her granddaughter were riding on an ATV. They hit a tree. Kentucky requires anyone under the age of 16 to wear protective headgear.
A presidential candidate is using the internet to rally his supporters across the country. Hundreds of rallies were held at the same time last night for Democratic candidate Bernie Sanders. One of them was at Al's Bar on North Limestone in Lexington. The Vermont senator addressed each rally simultaneously online. In recent weeks, polls have shown Sanders running second in the race for the Democratic presidential nomination behind former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. All right, our time this morning is 5:40, and let's check live drive traffic and see what's going on out there bright and early.
Taking a look at the Waze app, not too much you can see on there. We do want to remind you that a portion of Leestown Road near the Fayette-Scott County line still closed because of a vacant house fire. In addition, there are 2 stalled vehicles on Versailles Road, one close to New Circle and one close to the Bluegrass Parkway. Winchester is blocked at North Cleveland and Lexington right now after a pickup hit a utility pole.
Okay, so that is US 60 there on that one. So we'll keep you informed as we get additional details, and hopefully it's a good ride-in for you this morning. A lot more news coming up on WKYT on your Thursday.
For all you Breaking Bad fans, you can now own a piece of the show in New Mexico. But it might break the bank, depending on how much you have. We'll tell you how much Jesse Pinkman's house is going for in 5 minutes.
Boy, does it look good outside. It doesn't feel great just yet. Now, the rain chances are long gone, so we're going to be nice and sunny as we make our way throughout your weekend. Looks good. I'll have that coming up next.